Is Kylian Mbappe to Arsenal genuinely a possibility here? Yes, people, welcome back to another Arsenal transfer news video. As always, if you love being kept up to date with daily Arsenal transfer news vids, this is the place for you. Make sure you subscribe down below, we're up to 4,000 subscribers, and hit the bell notification button so you never miss a future video on this channel. It's a win-win for both of us. And let me know in the comments your thoughts on the potential Mbappe to Arsenal rumours. Let's not waste any more time and get straight into the tweet brought today by Transfer News Live, stating this: if Kylian Mbappe were ever to go to the Premier League, Arsenal would actually be his first choice. He likes the evolution of Mikel Arteta's team and would enjoy the challenge of delivering the title to the Gunners again. And the source is The Independent, which, for those who don't know, is actually quite a reputable newspaper journalist company within the United Kingdom. And this is very interesting because I remember dropping a video on Kylian Mbappe a week or so ago, stating that was when the rumours first started coming out that Arteta wanted Mbappe potentially in 2024 if he does leave PSG on a free. And I was sitting there going, I don't care what people say on Twitter. I can actually see this one potentially happening. And everyone was giving me the backlash saying, oh, I don't know if Mbappe would ever go Arsenal. Why would he go Arsenal? Look, guys, I'll put it out there. I still do believe he will be a Real Madrid player. Whether it's this summer or next summer, I'm not too sure. But I genuinely think if it's not Real Madrid, Arsenal could be the second option. And you're going to sit there and laugh. And maybe some Arsenal fans will laugh too. But let me explain why. Number one, if he is to move to the Premier League, if he isn't to move to Real Madrid, he will go to the Premier League. He won't go Barcelona because they can't buy him. Like, financially, they just can't afford it. And there's no point going to the Bundesliga, really. Like, if you're going to move and it's not be Real Madrid, you're going to go to the Premier League. I think everyone can agree upon that. Then you look at the Premier League clubs available. Man City have already got Erling Haaland. I'd be very, very shocked if they get Mbappe as well. It can happen. It definitely can. But I'd be shocked if that happens. Plus, in the next year or so, who knows what happens with the FFP allegations against Man City? Maybe they come true, maybe they don't come true. Who knows? It's a completely different viewpoint in a year's time. Secondly, look at the other clubs available. Arsenal just finished second in the Premier League. Like, we are the second best team in the Premier League if you look at it from that standpoint. Obviously, you can say, oh, Liverpool underperformed, Man United are going to get better, etc. And yes, I can hear that standpoint. But if you look at it from a pure objective standpoint, in terms of league standings, Arsenal are the second best team in the Premier League. We've got one of the most valued squads in Europe right now. If you look at their transfer market value, we've got one of the youngest squads in Europe, getting better each and every season. We've just gone and purchased Declan Rice for 100 million, a standout world-class player that was desired by multiple clubs, including Bayern Munich and Man City. So no one can tell me that Arsenal are not a top-tier club right now. We've got a massive global fan base. I covered this previously on my channel. I even asked people to let me know in the comments what country they're watching this video from. It's absolutely massive, Arsenal's fan base. Like, we reach all corners of the globe. Then you also look at other things, right? The Champions League football to accompany it. The fact we're getting better season in, season out. Like I said in the tweet, Mbappe values Arteta's project at Arsenal. He values the fact we're getting better season in, season out. Then you look at the other things. Now, I made this point in the other video, but I'm going to make it again, right? Kylian Mbappe has got links to Arsenal already intrinsically through Thierry Henry. Now, people sit there and go, how does it make any sense? Like, Henry played 2 decades ago, basically, for Arsenal. Why? That doesn't make any sense. But think about it, it does. When Thierry Henry played for Arsenal, right, he laid the foundations for the French, like the French people in general, having an affinity towards Arsenal. There's no surprise that you have these young French footballers growing up that say they supported Arsenal. William Saliba saying he supported Arsenal as a kid. Is that a surprise? If you're watching as a young French baller, right, or young French kid, and you see Thierry Henry, one of your idols, playing for Arsenal, repping Arsenal in the Premier League and being one of the best players, in my opinion, the greatest ever Premier League player in terms of what he did in that league, you're going to sit there and, like, intrinsically become an Arsenal fan. Whether you, like, actually believe it or not, whether you actually are an Arsenal fan or not, you will have an affinity towards Arsenal Football Club. Mbappe's come out and said that Thierry Henry was one of his idols in football. So you can't tell me he's not grown up liking Arsenal as a kid. It's impossible. I'm not saying he didn't support Arsenal or necessarily he was a big Arsenal fan growing up and had all the shirts. I'm not necessarily just saying that, but he must have had some kind of connection towards Arsenal growing up, seeing Thierry Henry do those certain things. And no one can tell me that the compilations that could be made of Thierry Henry to Mbappe transitions on, like, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, that would hit so nicely, man. Imagine just watching a YouTube compilation and it's like Thierry Henry versus Mbappe, the old versus the new for Arsenal Football Club, and I could not wait to see a day where that happens. Like, genuinely, that would be unbelievable. So you see it from that standpoint, right? If I look at all these things that are just kind of like brewing together, all the reasons, I can't see a reason why Mbappe wouldn't choose Arsenal in the Premier League. Now, some might say Arsenal wouldn't have the finances to pull that off. And in previous seasons, I'd agree with you. But I think that's changed. I think the Kroenkes actually changed their standpoint a little bit. I'm not going to do a full 360 and say, the Kroenkes are amazing, best owners in the league. I'm not going to do anything of that sort because I don't agree with it. I can't lie to you. I'm not going to lie. But one thing I will say is I do believe the Kroenkes have changed their standpoint, even if it is just a little bit. They've spent 105 million on Declan Rice. Tell me in any previous season where that would happen. Our record signing is Nicolas Pepe from Lille for 72 million. We haven't broken that in 4 seasons until today. Well, whenever we actually sign Declan Rice, whether it's today, tomorrow, who knows. But the deal's done, basically. Just signed Kai Havertz as well for 65 million. We've spent over 200 million this window. That is the record Arsenal spent in any transfer window of all time. And it's still early July. So there is a change in mentality from the Kroenkes, from Arteta, Edu, Vinay, etc. And I do like that. Now the key is, can we keep this going forward? Because I always say this at the same time. You can't get complacent in football. Because right now we've got Champions League, right? But are we going to have Champions League next season? Many will say yes. Because the fact that we're getting better season in season out. Young manager, signing top players like Declan Rice. It should happen. But you never know in football. I mean, look at Liverpool last season. Almost won the quadruple the season before. Last season, finished out the Champions League spots. No one would have expected that. Like, literally no one would have expected that at all. But it happens. That's football. I mean, Leicester got relegated last season. Seasons before, they were fighting for Europe. So you got to look at it from that standpoint and say, you can't get complacent if you're Arsenal. If you're in a position right now where Mbappe wants you and he wants to join as part of the project, you got to buy into it and make it happen. My thing is, I can't see Arsenal spending the 160, 150 million that PSG want. And Mbappe said that he wants to stay and see out his contract and go for free next season. So next season, if we're still in the Champions League, we're still fighting for Europe. If we're still fighting for the title and fighting in Europe in the Champions League, why not go for it, man? Now, I'm going to round off this video by saying that I do believe Mbappe will go to Real Madrid as a first option. But genuinely, I'm being honest when I say this, if it's not Real Madrid, I do think Arsenal is second on that list. And people will say I'm biased, people will say I'm this, I'm that. But genuinely, I do believe that's the case. I think we are the second most attractive team to go to right now. Obviously, if Liverpool almost win the league next season and do well in whatever, the Europa League, wherever they're in, that could change. Same with Manchester United. But as of right now, as of what I'm seeing with all the teams in the Premier League right now, for me, if it's not Real Madrid, Arsenal is the second choice option for Kylian Mbappe. That's just my opinion on it. Feel free to disagree. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. With that being said, let me know in the comment section also any other transfer targets you'd like to see Arsenal sign. The medicals for Declan Rice and Urian Timber are happening as I speak. I believe the Timber one has been successfully completed and it's going to be followed up by the Declan Rice deal. Saliba has re-signed with Arsenal. Congratulations to him for his contract extension. Brilliant, brilliant news. That is an unbelievable business by Arsenal. I absolutely love Saliba. Such a top centre-back. We missed him dearly when he was out last season. So let's see what develops further. Of course, if you're new around here, this is the place to be. Make sure you subscribe down below my road to 4,000 subscribers and hit the bell notification button so you never miss a future video on this channel as I'm posting daily Arsenal transfer news vids. Make sure you drop a like down below so this video gets out to more people in the algorithm and I hope to see you all in my next one. Take care.